Hello, Integrity First. This is Greg Kinnickett, your Director of Technology, here with a quick how-to video on how to attach printers to your Windows device. The first thing we'll want to do is open up Google, and in Google we will search for Canon C5250 drivers. These are the printers that we have here in the office, and the drivers are what allow the computer to communicate with the printer. The very first option you get in the Google results should be this Image Runner Advanced C5250 link. If this isn't the one that you see right up top, look at the page until you find it. This is the one that we want. The other ones will not do you any good. So we'll give that a click, and then once the new page loads up, we will click Drivers and Downloads, this gray button right over here on the right, which will bring us to recommended drivers. This very first option, the generic plus blah blah blah, is the one that we're going to want. So we will click select on the right, and then this big red download button right here. Once we do that, it will think for a minute. It'll pop up this little box to help you locate your download. I'm in Chrome, so down at the bottom is where I see mine. Yours may look different depending on what browser you use. Once that's done, and we can close this, we click on the little download, and we get, in my case, a pop-up asking it to self-extract itself. You may have a little bit of a different experience depending on what you have on your machine, but in essence we need it to get into those files. So let it go ahead. If it asks you to replace anything, you'll want to go ahead and let it. Once you've done that, then we're going to open up a File Explorer window here, and then come into your downloads. Your actual download location may be different depending on how you have things set up. But I just keep mine in download, so that's where we'll go. This very first download here will be the zipped up version of the drivers. The actual folder lives somewhere else. And again, this could be a little bit different on your machine, depending on how you have your settings set up, but mine's right down here at the bottom. So we'll open up this folder, and we will double click the setup application, the second file from the bottom. Once you've done that and you've given it permission to make changes to your computer, we will just click through a little bit. We will say yes to the licensing agreement, and then we will do a standard search for printer setup. Make sure that you are connected to the Wi-Fi here in the office. If you are not, the process will stall out. It will not be able to find any printers, and you will not be able to get connected. This will take a couple of minutes as the little program has to basically crawl along the entire network to find the printers. But once we do, the two that you're going to want to add are these two right here, the ones that end in 27 in the IP address and 28. Select both of those. That's for the mailroom and for the training room printers respectively, and then click Next. The system will then automatically add those two printers along with the additional Canon software necessary in order to communicate with them correctly, especially with our security code on there. And once you've done that, you'll be all set to go. We will take a look at changing the names of the printers in another video, just so that it's a little easier to know which one is which one. But for the time being, we'll wait until this finishes. Should just take another minute. Once it does, you will likely be asked if you want to restart your computer. It is not strictly necessary to restart your computer at this time, although it is definitely a good idea, especially if you haven't in a little while. Computers need a break too sometimes, just like we do. So while this is going on, maybe stand up and have a stretch. Remember to get some water and take a little bit of a breather. We all need a break once in a while. Once this finishes up, we will see the please restart my computer. Make sure that you uncheck this if you don't want to restart your computer, and click exit. It'll ask you to confirm. We go ahead and we click no because we do not want to restart the computer, and then you should be all good to go to begin printing. If you have any questions or need any help, please do not hesitate to reach out, but hopefully you should be good to go at this point. Thanks so much. We'll see you in the next one.